there. Welcome to the Movie Review Mom YouTube channel. I'm the mom and I do the movie reviews. And my goal is to give you the heads up on filmmaking quality and content so that you can make the best decision as to whether or not you want to spend time or money or both watching a particular movie. So the particular movie I'm reviewing today is called Plane. It's rated R and is an hour and 47 minutes long. So I know this movie came out a couple of months ago and I got really sick and then I was traveling. And so I haven't filmed my movie review for this, even though my written review has been up online the entire time. So if you're ever wondering what I think about a movie and you don't see it on YouTube, go over to moviereviewmom.com and you'll probably find it there. All right, so let me give you the scoop on this. I thought it was a lot of fun. My husband watched it with me after I watched it the first time, and he thought it was a lot of fun. So even though I'm late in getting the video out, I wanted you to know about it because it's just kind of a dumb, fun movie. So let me give you an overview in a nutshell, and then I'll point out things I liked and didn't like, as well as offer tips for parents, themes worth talking about, funny lines, interesting lines, if there are any, and even other movies that I recommend that are sort of similar that I think you'll also like. All right, you ready? In a nutshell, this is the first movie to hit theaters in 2023, believe it or not. It's the kind of fun action movie you want to watch while eating buttery popcorn with your friends or your family, right? Now, while this movie is filled with cliches and plot holes, it's still a very entertaining ride. Critics are calling it vapid, but audiences are loving it. So sit back, put your sense of reality in the locked position, and enjoy your flight. This action-packed flick was directed by Jean-Francois, who gives us lots of high-octane moments. The screenplay is by J.P. Davis and Charles Cumming. So let me give you some tips for parents, for starters, in case you're wondering if this is a family-friendly movie. There is a lot of brutal, bloody violence, high dead body count, guns, knives, hand-to-hand combat. People are in perilous situations almost from the get-go. Tagalog is spoken, sometimes with subtitles, and there are hostages. So if you think your kids can handle that, well, that's up to you to decide. Some of the themes that are illustrated well are survival, cooperation, courage, hostage situations, airplane and international travel, greed, and the value of human life. So this movie also probably got me because I had just traveled to a tropical island when this movie came out. And I was like, oh, what if our plane is hijacked? What would I do? And partly the reason why I like these kinds of hostage movies or airplane movies is I wonder what would I do in a survival situation like that. Now, hopefully I'll never have to find out, but it does always make me wonder. All right, so let me give you the list of things that I really liked about this movie. First of all, Gerard Butler is perfect in this role, and we've seen him do this kind of movie many times before. He knows how to roll with tension, action, and heart all at the same time. He sure takes a beating in this one. Another name was pushed for by the studio, but Gerard Butler liked the simple title of Plane, and so there you go. That's what the title is. Fun fact, the movie was actually filmed in Puerto Rico, not Singapore or the Philippines, as it states in the actual film. You don't really know exactly where the movie is. Now, I've been to Puerto Rico, and it definitely looks tropical. It's a lovely island, and you should go check that out. One of the coolest things that I've ever done in my life was on Puerto Rico we went to El Yunque, which is this big jungle forest thing. And then we took this little van ride to this nighttime kayaking tour that took us down this little river with, hanging vines and branches and stuff. And then all of a sudden it opened up into this big lake and it had bioluminescent creatures in it. And so, you could flip your hands up and I think that they were blue, if I remember correctly. Anyway, it was magical and so much fun. So if you ever get to Puerto Rico, be sure and do that. All right, back to the movie. There's a nice balance of action and time to breathe in between the shoot 'em up sequences. If you already don't like to fly, this movie will terrify you some more. While the entire movie isn't shot as a one-take movie, there are some moments that are one-take shots. I always love the choreography of shots done in a sequence like that. And if you want to really have your socks knocked off, watch Extraction Part 1 and the Extraction 2 movie, the one that just came out on Netflix. Both of them have unbelievable one take sequences. I thought Extraction 1 was incredible, and then Extraction 2 is just ridiculously amazing. So check those two out. There's also a lot of impressive cam work that's noticeable because there isn't very much CGI, surprisingly. It kind of felt like a fun Die Hard movie where you just can't overthink in order to have a good time. Now, with all that praise, there were some things I didn't like or just thought could have been done better. For example, there are a couple of subplot lines that don't necessarily go anywhere other than to distract and entertain us. There are some dumb moments that will remind you of 90s action movies, but you're still going to have fun. And the villains are paper thin and cliched. Just makes you want to punch one of them in the face. Anyway, I always write down funny lines and interesting lines just so I can share them with you while I'm watching the movie. And as I was looking at my notes, I noticed that I didn't write down any funny lines. There are some attempts at humor, but it's nothing like laugh out loud comedy. It's definitely a serious drama. But there was a line that kind of became the theme for the movie, or one of the themes, spoken by Brody Torrance, who is played by Gerard Butler. Did you notice my little accent I tried to throw in there? Anyway, this is a line that he says, 1 minute at a time. That's all you can do when you're trying to survive, right? I mean, you can come up with a long-term plan, but you're still having to survive 1 minute at a time. Anyway, so I thought that that was good. Okay, so if you like airplane movies, I've got some recommendations for you. One is Snakes on a Plane. It's just another one of those goofy movies, but it takes place predominantly on the plane. And yes, there are snakes. So if you don't like to fly, you're not going to want to watch that movie. But, you know, the acting is fun. It's just so goofy and over the top that it's a good time. And then if you like Gerard Butler, definitely check these two movies out if you haven't seen them already. One is Geostorm, and the second one is Greenland. Now, he's done many, many more, but those two are, I guess, are two recent movies that I watched again and just got a kick out of. You know, it's just the survival and you know, Gerard Butler. So it's all good fun. All right, that's it. Thank you so much for spending a few minutes with me. I hope if you watch this, you get a kick out of it like I did. And be sure and subscribe to my Movie Review Mom Facebook group called Movie Review Mom. I just said that, didn't I? Anyway, thank you so much for your support, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.